Welcome, dear student. I am Jyoti Kokate. Today we will be studying fifth lesson from your EVS textbook. Topic for the day is understanding time. Student, now look at the picture and name it. Correct. This is a clock. Students, now can you tell me what does the clock tell us? Answer. The clock tells us the time. Very good. Students, now tell me what do you see in this picture? Correct. This is a picture of a calendar. Question 2. What is the purpose of the calendar? Students, we use calendar to know about the week that we are on, the days and the months. Student, there are 7 days in a week. Days like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Also, there are 12 months in a year. For example, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. Time has three parts. What has gone by is the past. What is going on now is the present. What is yet to come is the future. Today is Monday. So, the word today shows the present time. Tomorrow is my birthday. The word tomorrow shows the future. Yesterday, Granny told me a story. The word yesterday shows the past. So, students, time can be understood using means such as calendars, school timetables, etc. Student, I would like to ask you one more question. When and why do you turn the page of a calendar? Answer. The page of a calendar is turned on completion of dates of a particular month. It becomes necessary to get another page of it for the subsequent month. Students, it is very important to understand time for studying history. Sometimes old statues, coins, etc. are found while digging the foundation of a building. Shards of pottery is also found while digging the foundation of a building. A shard is a simply broken piece of metal, glass, stone, or pottery with sharp edges. Students, you can see in this picture people are digging foundation of a building. So, sometime they find statues, coins and shards of pottery. Do you know, students, these things are studied carefully. Through these studies, we come to know about the period of time to which they belong. Students, you can see the person who is reading the newspaper that is on 20th June, but that newspaper next day, that is on 21st June, it will become old. But if we cannot remember a particular fact, we search through old newspapers to find the information we need. This means that today's newspaper will tomorrow become an important means of getting to know history. Students, can you tell me how do we measure time? To understand time, we divide it into seconds, minutes, hours, day and night, fortnight, month and year. In this way, time can be measured. Water clocks, hourglass, and the calendar are instruments for measuring time. Let me brief you about the water clocks. Water clocks are one of the oldest time measuring instruments. Now I will tell you how does a water clock work. A water clock uses the flow of water to measure time. An inflow water clock works in basically the same way, except instead of flowing out of the container, the water is filling up the marked container. As the container fills, the observer can see where the water meets the lines and tell how much time has passed. In this way, water clock is working. Do you know, children, in the 14th century, the hourglass came into use in Europe. It consisted of two connected glass vessels fitted in a wooden frame. Dry fine sand was poured into one of the vessels. The connecting hole between the vessels allowed the sand in the top vessel to fall into the lower vessel. The hourglass was constructed in such a way that it took 1 hour for all the sand to fall from one vessel into the other. The clock was turned over as soon as all the sand had fallen into the lower vessel. This is how a period of 1 hour was measured. These clocks were used in India too. Students, can you tell me why do we make partitions of time in different ways? Don't worry, I will tell you. Students, for convenience of everyday work, time is divided in different ways. For example, while using words like now, a while ago, in a while, or today, yesterday, and tomorrow, we are unknowingly measuring time in our minds. I hope you all have understood the lesson. Now let's see what we have learned. For convenience of day-to-day work, time is split into parts. When we use words like right now, in a while, or later, we unknowingly measure time in our minds. Time is measured by using instruments such as clocks, calendars, and school timetables. Time is divided into parts such as second, minute, hour, day and night or week, fortnight, month and year. We get an understanding of time through historical buildings or old objects like coins, statues, or shards of pottery found in an area. They help us to understand the history of that place. Students, now it's time for the exercise. What we have learned, based on that, here we have some questions. Answer the following questions in one sentence. Number 1. Which instruments are used for measuring time? Answer. Instruments such as clocks, water clock, hourglass are used for measuring time. Question 2. How do we divide time in order to understand it? Answer. We divide time into second, minute, hour, day and night, week, fortnight, month and year in order to understand it. B. Match the following. In A column, number 1, what has gone by, what is going on, what is yet to come. In B column, number 1, present, number 2, past, number 3, time, number 4, future. Answer. Number 1, what has gone by? Answer is past. Number 2, what is going on? Answer present. Number 3, what is yet to come? Answer future. I hope students you all have understood the lesson as well as the exercise also. Today's homework, write the English and Marathi months in the proper order in your notebook. Thank you students for watching the video.